All right, haters, it's time to eat crow. Baker Mayfield, baby. We've been backing him for years, and everyone's like, oh, you're biased. I don't know why they would think that. But the dude's talented. He's just been on crappy teams. Finally gets on a good team, and he produces. Hate to say it, but we called it. Kyle, how you feeling?
I'm feeling dangerous. I woke up this morning feeling dangerous.
I mean, we've said it for multiple years now. We've had to defend our views on Baker Mayfield, and people just thought we were crazy. And because they're all caught up, it's very trendy. I call it Twitter talk to bash on Baker Mayfield, right? It's a low hanging fruit, just like it is to bash on the Dallas Cowboys, right? It's lazy. You're just going for easy laughs and an easy meme. And but if you look at things, Baker Mayfield is a good quarterback, but he's
Yep.
been on some really trash teams. And how many offensive coordinators, how many head coaches? Like, it's unheard of. It's like record breaking for the amount of coaching staffs he's been through. And now he's about to go to another offensive coordinator. The poor guy can't catch a break.
The comparison I keep making is with Brock Purdy. So, like, Brock Purdy, everybody's talking him up. Everybody loves Brock Purdy, blah, 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 blah. Okay, he doesn't take that Bucs team to the playoffs.
Probably.
But he also wouldn't have taken that Browns team to the playoffs that Baker did. He wouldn't have been successful on that trash-ass Carolina Panthers team that was even worse than the Browns, if that was possible. You know, we saw some glimpses of what Baker's capable of with the Rams when he was with Sean McVay. You get a coach that wants to work with you, it's a miracle.
Yeah.
And then he goes out on what has proved to be probably one of the most worthless events in sports, the Pro Bowl games. And he not only wins a precision passing contest over CJ Stroud, but he also then gets most valuable offensive player in the game.
Dude, that precision passing competition, he looked fantastic. I mean, he looked.
Yeah, I did see that one. Yeah, he looked good.
But jumping over to his fantasy production, Baker Mayfield has never been a fantasy quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, far from it. But this year, finishing at the number 10 quarterback in fantasy football, which is mind-boggling. Now, to be fair, a lot of top-tier quarterbacks this year did get injured. So it made it a little easier for guys like him to work their way up into the top 10. But the effectiveness that he had in keeping guys like Mike Evans and Chris Godwin very relevant, especially Mike Evans.
If Hatin semi-relevant.
Yeah. So if he gets an extension, if he signs another contract with Tampa Bay going forward, Mike Evans next year is a top wide receiver.
Yeah.
In redraft leagues.
Yeah. I think he has to be drafted. Of course, receiver's so tough, right? When you're talking about rankings. But I mean, you got JJ, Chase, Lamb, St. Brown, and then I think you got to look at Mike Evans. Maybe Tyreek Hill and Mike Evans. But that's your top 6 guys right there.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's easily a top 10, arguably a top 8 wide receiver next year because him and Baker had great chemistry.
Yeah.
Now you can get Godwin at a much bigger discount and also going to be effective.
Yeah, I agree. And like you said, with the injuries and stuff, that's a large reason why he finished number 10. But when you're just looking at his output, like he averaged about 20 points a game. He had some that was way over, a couple that were way under. But if you look at average, like he averaged about 20 points a game. That's usable quarterback numbers.
Oh, yeah. And if you're in a super, I mean, you can trust Baker Mayfield there. But that offense as a whole, I mean, so we've talked about Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, but now you think about like even Rachaad White. He benefits from this offense too, because they're able to pass it down the field. That defense has to respect that, and then Baker Mayfield always been good at dumping it off too. So good passing to Rachaad White. So that offensive system is working. That's a very effective offensive system, not only in real life, but it produces fantasy points.
Yeah, and I mean, you go all the way back to college and look at Baker's numbers with Joe Mixon in the backfield. Look at Mixon's receiving numbers out of the backfield and stuff. He likes to throw the ball down. He had Chubb in Cleveland, who wasn't much of a pass catcher. They didn't check down a lot there because they didn't throw a lot there. Carolina didn't have nothing left because they got rid of CMC by the time he was there. So he does like to check down Rachaad White. Imagine, though, they re-sign Baker. They go to free agency in the draft and bolster that offensive line a little bit, add a couple of strong pieces there. They're NFC championship game contenders next year.
Yep. I'm loving it for Baker. I'm happy for him. And all the haters and the naysayers that are just casual fans, I'm just waiting for you to come out and apologize and admit that you were wrong. Just admit that you were wrong.
I mean, I guess I could pull what Baker did against KU, but I won't.
Not that they don't deserve it.
Not that they don't deserve it. No.